Friday, November 13 brought overcast skies around the country and the start of incessant rains in the districts. It also brought with it concerns from various residents as to whether a repeat of the 3-week-ago flooding in the old capital would occur. But Belize City was not as affected this time around as were the Cayo, Stan Creek, and Toledo districts. Friday evening, just before 6 o'clock, came the first advisory from the National Emergency and Management Organization, NEMO, informing the general public that the rains would continue over the weekend and that the risk of localized flooding is likely to increase. NEMO stated the areas of concern would be Corozal Town, Sartaneja, Orange Walk, villages along the Old Northern Highway, Belize City, the Coastal Highway, Gales Point, Mullins River, Sarawee, Hope Creek, and Dangriga, while advising people living in Blue Creek and along the Mopan, Macal, Belize, North Stan Creek, Bladen, Rio Grande, and Maha rivers, whose home is likely to flood, to take the necessary precautions to protect life and property, and if necessary, to move to higher grounds with family or friends or to a community shelter. The weekend brought numerous reports from our correspondents, Fem Cruz, Harry Arzu, and Paul Mahong, in an effort to keep the country informed on the situations being faced. Here are snippets of the reports made over the weekend.
We are told that there are about 6 families in a shelter in Copen area. The Stan Creek River is at its peak. There's in Trio and Bladen, there are reports of flooding in those areas. About 4 or so families, their houses are underwater. So several families in Bladen, they need help. Of course, Toledo is cut off from Stan Creek because of the road situation. So they are asking for some assistance in Trio and Bladen area.
NEMO Toledo Coordinator Kenton Parham confirmed that into the afternoon hours, Blue Creek Bridge and Aguacate Bridge remain closed to vehicular traffic because of flooded condition, and 21 families in Golden Stream who were affected by flood waters in their homes received relief packages from NEMO Toledo. In San Miguel Village, 4 families were evacuated and are safe with relatives in the village. NEMO Toledo this afternoon indicated that the Southern Highway remains closed to vehicular traffic with flooded areas at Deep River, Bladen, and Golden Stream.
For the last couple of days, the people of Cayo South are experiencing heavy rain and flooding in some areas.
Last night late, they were at some family behind the Maya Mopan area of the Mopan, assisting some family that their home were underwater. Well, last night we rained like about 2 different times, but praise God, this morning it's a little bit hazy or overcast. This morning about 6:30, the water is about 12 feet underneath the bridge, and for sure any vehicle could definitely pass through. People that are traveling or wondering if I could pass through Ruin Creek Bridge, well, no problem. Everything is in order, and as soon as we get some more information, we'll be traveling to Tigitl behind Arizona Village. I get a call this morning saying that people there last night, they experienced water in their home, so I'll be driving there in a few minutes.
Also keeping the country updated via Love FM airwaves were the officer commanding the San Ignacio Police Station, Superintendent Andrew Ramirez, as well as the recently appointed minister with responsibility for NEMO, Edmond Castro.
We ask people to avoid being outdoors and let the police do their patrols. The low-lying bridge remains closed. The Iguana Bridge by Spanish Lookout is also closed, and the Baking Path Ferry is not accessible at the moment. So we ask the driving public to refrain or avoid these areas. We ask the community again to stay indoors. Liquor establishment to refrain from selling liquor.
I made sure I cover the Belize rural constituency first, which was home. I went up to as far as Bomba to deal with the water situation there on the Bomba Road, the Quashibana Creek. From there, I move on to Belmopan to ascertain the different the status of the rest of the country from Belmopan, and then we left from there earlier this afternoon. And we're making our way down to the flood-affected areas like Sarawee and Hope Creek and Dangriga. And now we just concluded a meeting here in Dangriga with NEMO at the NEMO headquarters in Dangriga, and now we are heading deeper south and work our way back from Punta Gorda on to the rest of the Toledo district and the other parts of the Stann Creek district.
According to the Belize Weather Bureau, the persistent rains were due to a trough of low pressure.
Basically, there has been a persistent trough of low pressure just meandering over Belize and the Yucatan Peninsula, and that has been causing all the moisture to converge over our area. So that is why we are getting the persistent cloudiness and rain.
The rains are expected to subside sometime between tonight and tomorrow, while NEMO's efforts in assisting flood victims continue. Reporting for Love News, I am Renee Trujillo.